Mr. Extraordin, yet again with another video. Yes, I know I'm still wearing my yellow hoodie. I know. But yeah, man, this is me again with yet another video. I would like to talk about another film that I saw recently called Air, directed by Ben Affleck, starring Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Viola Davis, Chris Tucker, Marlon Wayans, and Jason Bateman. Those are I believe, the main people in that movie. I mean, there's a few others that I'm not familiar with, but those are the ones that come to mind right now. Brilliant film. It focuses on Nike, the company Nike, and the sports division at Nike, basketball's division to be specific, and how they are trying to get a few players, to endorse Nike shoes. Given a very small budget, Matt Damon is then given a task of finding. He's a scout, right? He's a basketball scout, so he's given a somewhat impossible task of finding a few players within a small budget who will sign up with Nike, and at the same time they're competing with Converse, and they're also competing with I believe it's Reebok, if I'm not mistaken. It's Converse and sorry, Adidas, yeah, Adidas. So and at the time, Michael Jordan was not even interested in being part of Nike. He was more interested in other things, in wearing another brand. And now Matt Damon here is trying to get Michael Jordan, because after seeing a certain video, a tape of Michael Jordan and what he was able to do, he gets this brilliant idea that no, we need to get him, and the best way to get him is to invest in Michael Jordan on a long-term basis, and you see how they actually start developing, the Air Jordan, right? Imagine creating a shoe after a specific person, and I think what I like the most about this movie is that it shows you what taking risks can do. I know sometimes it's scary to take risks, but it goes to show you that if you really believe in something, I think Stan Lee said something similar, that if you really believe in something in your gut, that this is something that you need to do, and you believe that it is worth it, do it. And that's basically what happened. No pun intended. The just do it thing, that's not what I meant, but yeah, just do it. Take the risk, you know. So all that budget that was intended for at least three players had to now be only purposely for Michael Jordan, intended just for Michael Jordan. So now Mike Damon had to convince the family and Michael Jordan that being at Nike will be the best thing for him to do. And you see the frustrations in the company. You see how Phil Knight, who's played by Ben Affleck, has to now convince the board of every crazy decision that Matt Damon comes up with. You see people that are designing the shoe and what they're thinking about, and the guy that is in marketing, and like I said, the scout, and there's even a cameo of Stephen A. Smith, a young Stephen A. Smith that's currently working at, I think at the time was working at a grocery store, and giving his thoughts about every game or every player, and giving you the style, so you kind of see who he would become in the long run. There's certain cameos in there that I was happy to see. People like Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, and the music is brilliant, man. Music from the 80s. You can tell that Ben Affleck made sure to be, accurate when he was depicting this film. When it comes to the fashion, the cars, the music. I mean, you have songs by Cyndi Lauper. I think it's Bruce Springsteen. You have clips of the Macintosh the Macintosh advert that came out in 1984. He's busy quoting George Orwell from the book of 1984. There's so many things, man. Even the magazines on the shelves in the convenience store look so 80s. You see books from you see magazines that have Janet Jackson on the a young Janet Jackson. So that movie is, you can tell that there was a lot of research that was done for that film. A lot of footage, from the archival footage, had to be retrieved from all over. And I'm sure they had to get permission from so many companies and brands just to make this film happen. Shout out to Ben Affleck for that, man. I truly think that he has outdone himself. If he doesn't win an Oscar for this, I don't know when he might win another Oscar, because this is an Oscar-worthy film. If he's not going to win it for directing the movie, at least Matt Damon should win it for playing his role. The role that he played was brilliant. If not, I don't know, Viola Davis maybe might win an Academy Award. But I think the people that I've mentioned, one of them needs to win something. If not the screenplay, because the dialogue is really that good. It's really good, If this movie does as well as I think that it's gonna do in terms of getting awards, I hope that Ben Affleck will actually do a prequel and just call it Shoe Dog, based on the book, because you could tell that he read the book. So if he does a Shoe Dog prequel that shows us the humble beginnings of Phil Knight, obviously he'll get a younger actor to play Phil Knight, but I think it would be necessary, it would be important for us to see the humble beginnings of Phil Knight, from how he came up with an idea in college, and how he used that assignment that he did and went to Japan and met the guys at Onitsuka Tiger, and his travels before going to Japan, and how he came up with Blue Ribbon Sports and the Marlboro Man, Kitami, I think it's Bjork, his coach, I think it's Bowerman, and how he met his wife, and how he struggled to get financing at the bank, and how he had loans, and how he got some money from his dad, and all those things. I think it would be great to see a movie that actually touches on the memoir called Shoe Dog. But wow, Air is one of those movies that you should watch more than once, because there's a lot of lessons that you can learn from a business point of view, from a leadership point of view, from a creative point of view, not just in the film process or what was done to make the film a success, but working at a company and making sure that you do the best that you can do as an employee. People's lives were people's careers were at stake because of the risks that Matt Damon's character was taking. And Jason Bateman's character, man, brilliant. I personally don't know of any film that sucks that has Jason Bateman in it, or a film that sucks that has Matt Damon in it. I don't know of those films. I've never seen those films. But yeah, that is my take on Air. Brilliant film, and I like the fact that they didn't even show Michael Jordan's face. The guy that plays Michael Jordan, they didn't even concentrate on showing his face, because I think it would have taken away the magic of that film, because we're going to focus too much on the actor and whether he's doing the right job or not. But they actually got someone who fits. I guess the height is great, the hair, the look was great, even though we didn't see the actual front of the face. But the voice and how he carried himself was really good. So yeah, that's Air. Have you seen it already? If not, when are you intending on seeing it? Is it something that you think you might see? Please let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, man, this is one of those movies, like I said, if there's any film that I feel like watching more than once, then you should know, in my book, it's either a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. This one, I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. It is a wonderful film, a brilliant cast, brilliant dialogue, great music. And funny enough, I'm someone that hardly pays attention to the music when I'm watching a film, and this is one of those films that has brilliant music, great music. So yeah, check out Air and let me know your thoughts on it. All right, this is Mixtrodin, and I'll definitely see you on the next one. Cheers.